All right, Dolphins fans, time for a little preview. Coming up Sunday Night Football on the road in Foxborough against the Patriots at Gillette Stadium. These two teams split a season ago, and you know what? I'm going to say it. The Dolphins looked way more impressive in Week 1 than the Patriots do. That's why the Dolphins are a favorite coming into this one. And you know what? Sunday Night Football. It'll be on national TV for the world to see. And I don't think a lot of people watched that first game in which Tua put the league on notice with Tyreek Hill. They said, you know what? This Dolphins offense is for real. And now they get a national audience to show it. Sunday Night Football. Dolphins are 1-0. Patriots 0-1. They lost to the Eagles in Week 1. It's a close game, 25-20. But that said, I got to know, who do you got? But before we get into that, smash that sub button, subscribe, join us on Sunday. We got a great watch party going. And if you were with us for that first watch party, you know we were part of the Dolphins' victory. And the most pivotal moments in the game, the chat was going crazy, I was going crazy, you were going crazy, and the Dolphins were going crazy on the field. It was awesome. So subscribe, because subscriptions equals victories. Sub for Dub will be live 30 minutes before kickoff. It's going to be electric. You don't want to miss it. Let's get to know the New England Patriots a little bit. They lost 25-20 to Philadelphia in Week 1. Last season, they split the season series. The home team won both games, but I got a feeling the Dolphins turned the tide this time around and win at Gillette Stadium. Interesting note here. The Patriots are going to be wearing their red throwback uniforms, the ones with the white helmet and Pat the Patriot logo. You know, I don't like the Patriots at all, but it's a good-looking uniform. I'll give them credit. And they're 7-1 when wearing that uniform, so it kind of helps breed success for New England. But that changes on Sunday when they're taking on the Dolphins, because the Dolphins, let me tell you, won 36-34 over the Chargers in Week 1. And Miami, they were 1-1 on Sunday Night Football last year. They had the win over the Steelers, the loss to the Chargers. But right now, the Dolphins are playing as good as anybody. They've won 4 out of the last 5 meetings with the Patriots, and I feel great about this offense. The way Tua was able to distribute the ball to his weapons, he had time to throw, and that offensive performance can and will be replicated against the Patriots. So we got to ask you, got to know your score prediction for the game. Let me hear it in the comments. What do you think the score will be on Sunday Night Football against the New England Patriots? It's our pinned comment for the day, so if YouTube hits you with that ad break, don't worry about it. Just type in the comments the score prediction for Sunday Night Football. Keys to victory, we got to get into it because Miami executed some of the keys to victory in Week 1. They executed enough to win in Week 1, but there's certain things they got to do better if they're going to sustain a level of success, starting with that Sunday Night Football game against the New England Patriots. First and foremost, just as they did in Week 1 against the Chargers, in Week 2, they got to protect Tua. That's where the success of this offense starts. It is paramount. It is paramount. Repeat after me. Protect Tua, protect Tua, protect Tua. He did not get sacked once in Week 1. The Dolphins put up 36 points. It's a little bit of a simplified approach in terms of keys to victory, but it's accurate. It's paramount to protect Tua Tagovailoa and keep him upright. And the Dolphins' offensive line did a great job of that in Week 1 and not allowing a sack. We think Teron Armstead will be back. He's trending in that direction to be back and ready to go for Week 1's game on Sunday. So that is absolutely crucial. Now, the Patriots' defense against the Eagles, we know they have Matthew Judon and a capable pass rush. They had 3 sacks, hit the quarterback 5 times, and as I mentioned, that would be 3 more sacks than the Dolphins allowed in Week 1 and 3 more hits than they allowed in Week 1. So that Patriots defense has potential to be good, but you know he's number 1 for a reason. He's number 1 on the field. He's number 1 in our heart. Tua is him. Let him shine on Sunday. I want to talk to you about Game Time because when I am going to live events, when I'm going to games, when I'm going to concerts, I've got one-stop shop at Game Time because it's the ticket app I use for everything because it's so easy to use. It allows me to be spontaneous, use Game Time the day of an event. It doesn't matter. They're going to find you that lowest price guaranteed. And most importantly, maybe not most importantly, what I love is you get an actual picture from where your seats will be. You know, no more renderings, no more diagrams. It's very accurate of what the view will be like when you're at the actual game. Easy to use, really a nice user-friendly interface, and most importantly, the best deals and lowest price on last-minute tickets. If you're spontaneous, you just decide the day of, hey, I want to go to the game, make sure you use Game Time. And we got a special deal for Dolphins fans, for Dolphins Today subscribers. When you download the Game Time app, you get $20 off with the promo code FINSCHAT. So download the app, use promo code FINSCHAT. That's PHINS chat. PH. Let me repeat it again because every now and then, you know, we don't want to be confusing. It's PHINS chat for your $20 off when you download the Game Time app. Terms do apply, but most importantly, Game Time takes the stress out of buying tickets. It's the perfect app for going to all the Dolphins games, home or away. Special deal for Dolphins fans. Let's get back to some of those keys to victory. This is the case just about every single game in the National Football League, but the Dolphins proved otherwise in Week 1. I still think it's most important, and that's winning the turnover battle. So Miami lost the turnover battle in Week 1, but we're still able to sneak out a victory. I don't know the exact statistics, but I know it's low. The fact is, if you don't win the turnover battle, there's not really a great chance to win the actual game. Teams that win the turnover battle win 78% of the time. That's why Chugs is the best in the business. Giving me that little nugget right there. 78% of the time, if you win the turnover battle, you win the game. That's why it's paramount. Dolphins proved that wrong in Week 1, but hey, it's still such an important component to the game. Win the turnover battle. That's my second key to victory. Defensively, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. That's when this Dolphins defense was at their best in Week number 2. Now, the Patriots aren't idiots. They're going to watch the film. They're going to know they can exploit, or at least think they can exploit, the Dolphins' run defense. But when Mac Jones goes back to pass, you got to put pressure on him. We know that interior defensive line can play better. They showed signs of it in Week 1, but they got to be better to help stop Mac Jones, who's not, he's not a world beater, but you look at his stats from a week ago, yeah, not bad. 35 of 54, had the 3 touchdowns and the 1 interception, and 316 yards. Because we know they didn't have a lot of rushing yards. We talked about that. Only 76 rushing yards in Week 1. So Mac Jones really accounted for the bulk of the offense against the Eagles. Gotta ask what you think on this one. Who's the best QB in the AFC? You know my answer. It is him. It is Tua Tagovailoa, number 1, the one and only leader of this Miami Dolphins team. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Who's the best quarterback in the AFC East? Because before Monday Night Football, you could easily make the claim that the AFC East had the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers out for the remainder of the year. But Tua Tagovailoa, I think, is better than Josh Allen. That's what the discussion becomes. Mac Jones, sure, we just saw his stats. He's an all right player, but it's between Tua and Josh Allen. I think Tua is the best quarterback in the AFC East. Let me know what you think. Comment your thoughts below as well. All right, one more key, and that's to stop the run. Because if the Chargers had their way with the Dolphins offense in the running game, you know the Patriots are going to try to emulate that as well. Because LA did some damage. There is no doubt about it. Two-headed attack with Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly. I mean, look at the damage that they both did. And not even with a ton of carries. 16 carries apiece. Eckler had that ankle injury, and his status is day-to-day, but both of them were able to compile yardage, 117 for Austin Eckler, 91 for Joshua Kelly. They both had a touchdown, and I referenced it once already, but the Chargers had a scoring drive, in which they didn't even pass, or they didn't complete a pass. They only threw it one time, but that's how effective that rushing attack was for the LA Chargers. Dolphins have to be better about stopping the run, and I believe that they will be. I absolutely believe that the Dolphins' run game will improve. So, yes, they got shredded against LA, but hey, we've heard it time and time again. The most improvement that you make from week 1 to week 2. Learn from the tape, apply different ways to improve, and then go ahead and execute on the field on Sunday. So to recap, here are my keys to victory. You got to protect Tua, because when he has time, he's proven he is the best quarterback in the National Football League. Win the turnover battle. 78% of the time you win the turnover battle, it'll lead you to victory. Get pressure on Mac Jones, because that's most important in stopping the pass. Because defensive backs can do all they can, but if you're getting pressure on that quarterback, you're making him uncomfortable. We saw what happened to Justin Herbert on that last drive. There were some sacks. There was an intentional grounding penalty, all because of the pressure that the Dolphins were putting on the quarterback. And lastly, stop the run. It's like dying a long, slow, painful death watching your team get gashed on the ground. We don't want that. We don't want that during our watch party. The Dolphins don't want that from the sidelines. But when a team can consistently get 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards, and just chunk, like the Chargers did at times on Sunday, it is demoralizing. So stop the run, and that will help this defense be the best versions of themselves. Make sure you subscribe and join us on Sunday. We're having a watch party. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to sing the Dolphins songs. We're going to celebrate wins. We're going to celebrate touchdowns. We're going to get wild and crazy like we always do on watch parties. And most importantly, your support of the channel helps the Dolphins win. Big game Sunday night, national television, Sunday night, NFL, NBC. Make sure you tune into the watch party. Chris Collinsworth said it himself. He is ecstatic to see this Dolphins team in person. He said they're so fast. They look different than a lot of teams. So where else would we go but to predicting the score? Gotta ask what you think the score will be of Sunday Night Football. It's our pinned comment today. Go ahead, let me know in the comments. Predict the score, Dolphins versus Patriots.